Hello everybody, and welcome to this next episode of Kerbal Space Program. So here we have the Moho Refueler in all its glory around the beautiful, beautiful blue, white, green planet of Kerbin with its nice white wispy clouds. All thanks to the Astronomer's Visual Pack. And anyways, so what we're basically going to do in this episode is we're going to get this craft out to Moho, out to our guys that are basically at this moment stranded around Moho. We did manage to land on the planet and get all the science and get back into orbit and re-rendezvous with our service module, but when we went to check to see how much fuel we had left, we found out that we just don't quite have enough to get back to Kerbin. So that's why we went and made this refueler craft, which is essentially the same exact lifter we used to get to Moho, just with a different payload. One that's actually lighter than this, believe it or not. So we have a little more Delta V total in this one. That's about how much we started out with before, about 15,000. We used about 4,500 of that to get into orbit. So what we're going to do now is set up our phase angle so we can get to Moho. So what we're going to do is go down to the time waster and just set that up. Yes, so here we are on the launch pad once again with our illustrious craft, the time waster. So what we're going to do is just set up this celestial body to Moho. And as you can see, the current phase is negative 345, but what we're going to do is get that to about negative 251 point. I'm going to go 95 this time. I'm going to overdo it by about, I don't know, 20 hundredths of a degree, but that's the point though. I want to overdo it so that by the time the ship can make the burn, it'll be probably right on the phase. So we're looking for negative 251.95. And we missed it. This is just so crazy. Alright, let's just get this thing down. Alright, so as you can see, we've got it to about negative 252.0, and it's slowly there, 251. So we're going to go now. We're going to leave that thing. And we're going to go back to our craft, and we should be at the right phase. Now, hopefully by the time we get to that maneuver node and we get there, the phase won't be completely killed. Because last time it went off by about 0.2 by the time we got there. So this time I've overcompensated by about 0.2, so hopefully it should be just right by the time we get to that maneuver node marker. So here we are. It's been quite a long time in the in Kerbal world. Let's go and put our maneuver node. We want to set up a target with Moho. But first we must do this. Something like that. And we'll just set that as the target. There we are. And we'll just adjust this so that it's... Oh no. Not you again, Moon. Oh, that is so annoying when that happens. That is the worst when that happens. Of course, the moon is in the precise wrong location, which usually is what happens. That pesky moon. Let's see if we can get this without being stupid. It's like precisely where we need it to be. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it's got to be like right there. But no. And I definitely don't want to use the moon because that's just going to screw things up. So what I'm going to have to do here is do this again and wait till the moon is out of the way. So I'll be back again, guys. Alright, we're back. We've got the phase angle at negative 252 again. And this time the moon is not going to be anywhere near us. Thank God. Get out of my face, moon. I mean, I love you, moon, but sometimes you suck. Alright. No worries. So we'll just pull this thing in and just make sure we keep getting this angle just to the left of that purple line. That's usually how it's supposed to go. And we'll just pull it in until, well, basically, got a little something something. Actually, it's pretty good right there. But I don't like how far in that is. I'll just do it to where it was about before. Something like this. And then once we adjust the inclination, that'll balloon out just a little bit further. Although I kind of don't like how the descending node, or the ascending node's way over there. It's probably because we're a little off the mark, that's why. What's our phase angle right now? Negative 252. Yes. Let me adjust this a little more. Again, I just don't like how the ascending node's so far away. It's like way over there. But we'll go for that. We'll try it. We'll see what we get. Alright, so our node is coming up in about 8 minutes. That's not too bad. Actually, it looks like we are a little early this time. I think we could afford to circle the planet once more. Of course, I might curse myself for doing this later, but... Negative 251.9. We're still good. We'll set the maneuver node for here, and that should actually fix us just right. So we're basically setting it for like one more pass. Let's see. Well, then it's not much better, but I think we'll go for that. It's a little different than last time's maneuver. Like, it's not quite like I wish this was over here a little more, but that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. We'll go for that. All right. Just got to zip around, and by the time we get there, it should be the exact correct phase. Negative 251.79-ish. Maybe it'll still be a little early, but that's okay. I'd rather be a little ahead of Moho than a little behind it, because then this way we won't have to speed up so much and waste all that fuel. So it looks like we'll be just right. We're looking for 0.79. We'll be close, definitely. Alright, getting right down there now. It's probably going to be a good minute burn. Perhaps. Minute and a half. So we will just do a little test fire. Get the ship pointed right at the node. Let's do a little test burn. It's going to take a minute, so actually we'll burn right now. That'll get us. Alright, there we go. And we're starting at negative 251.82. We're close. We're much closer than we were the first time around. Let's just put it that way. Why, that's cool. That is so cool. So let's see, we got another 30 seconds left, so we won't quite make it again with these boosters, but we'll get close. I just want to throttle back so that when these things decouple, we don't burn everything out to death. Let them go. Wow, alright, we'll just pump this baby back up again. There we go. So we just gotta burn like this for the rest of the time, and we'll be good to go. Almost there. Getting right down to the nitty-gritty. Take a look at our post-burn line here. Coming right in. Right about there will do us. It's got us. Alright, so the next thing we gotta do is just put that maneuver node to change the inclination a little further on. But first, let's warp out of here. Alright, we've broken out of the orbit officially, and we are now on our way to Moho. Let's just go over here, and we'll place this maneuver node right on the ascending node here. So we'll just pull down to match that. And as you can see, we're already starting to get some sort of encounter. Now, we still are... It looks like we're still behind Moho. I'm not sure how that's possible. We left super early that time, but... Well, we can always finagle things. We'll get it down just right. But that is our next maneuver. So we just gotta point the ship in that kind of direction there. Get the RCS cooking a little bit. Just to get that ship turned to the south, it looks like. There we go. Alright, that's going to be in 108 days. So we'll just go ahead and warp out there. Yeah, it looks like we are going to be pretty close, though. All things considered. I keep saying that. Wonder if that gets annoying hearing that. You guys are probably like, alright, that's like the 10th time you said all things considered. Alright, let's see. So Moho's swooping in right alongside us. Interesting. It looks like we're actually a little too... Oh, it looks like... Oh, we are ahead of it. I was looking at it the wrong way. Technically, we are a little ahead of it. So what we're going to have to do post-burn is push to the right a little bit, and that should correct us. Should correct us. So it's going to take a minute 45. We'll burn it somewhere around here is fine. Light this baby up. Ooh. Not sure why it wanted to push down like that. That was weird. There we go. So Moho should almost be in view. It's pretty much... Wow, it's way ahead of us, actually. But not for long, because we're going to swoop in here. I'm going to swoop in here nice and fast and catch up on it. So we'll just do a little cut till this gets right down to it. Alright, we're getting there now. Oop, looks like we've already done it. And let's see. It's close. Point 1. We'll say that's good. That's good. Alright, so how do we meet up? Well, let's see. If we do this a bit. That's a long burn. I'm trying to think. What else could we do? It's not going to be one of these toggles. Definitely not. No, let's see. Yeah, I think we'll just have to... Wow, this was sloppy. This was a sloppy encounter, if I do say so myself. I'm not sure what happened. I think I might have cut in a little too close. I think that's what happened there. So that's going to be another super long burn. But hopefully what that's going to mean is we're going to be more along its orbit, so we're not going to have to slow down as much later. I'm hoping that that's what that means for us. Let's see, 2 million, 0.2. Let's see if I can get this any closer. Oh, that's worse. Yeah, let's see. Oop, 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 oop. 2.2 million. 2.5. I think it's going to be... that's about as good as it's going to get for the moment, so we'll do that. We'll do that burn, which will be coming up in approximately 4 hours. So we'll just turn our spacecraft. Alright, we'll just get this thing moving up here. So it's kind of turning out to be spending a little more fuel than I kind of feel comfortable with spending, but hopefully, I'm hoping that it all pays off in the end by doing this burn, that basically we will have to burn less later on. So now we're kind of burning away from the sun, which means technically we're slowing down a little more now than we were before. Before we had to speed up to catch Moho, now we're going too fast, so basically our burn out here was a little too extreme, too inside of here. Got a little too carried away, I think. And we're just about out of fuel with this. So we'll have to let that go. And we're on this fuel now. 8 minutes. Oh boy, it's getting long. These burn times are getting long. So we'll just go ahead and get through that. Alright, so we've gotten it right down to 5 million. We're just going to keep pushing it just to see how close we can get this thing. Closer the better. 1 million. Let's keep going, keep her going, keep her going. Okay, that's the limit right there. Alright, so we're left with 9,000 meters per second, and I figure as long as we keep about 2,000 meters per second worth of fuel in the tank, I think we'll be alright. I'm not going to start panicking yet until that gets really super low. And there's that bug again where I can't place any maneuver nodes. That's kind of annoying. But, let's see. Let's take a look at Moho. I wonder if we could set focus view on Moho. Let's see what our encounter looks like. Okay, so what this is telling me is we need to burn down, basically south, and slightly away from it. But let's just see what happens if we burn south first. I have a feeling it's going to bring this in. Yeah, oh well, that's working a lot. Okay, good. Bring it right down, and we also need to put it, let's see, we need to kind of do, not that, we need to do this, basically, and then sort of that at the same time, just to kind of get it around the equator-ish. Then again, what's that node look like? Let's see, can I drag it up here? No, it was worth a shot, but I kind of know what I have to do, basically. Let's try to cook it a little bit. Let's see what happens if we go this way. It sort of helps. Just want to kind of bring it more along that side of it. Let's try over this way, just to see what happens. Yeah, that's kind of what we want. A little more south, though. Yeah, something like that. That's what we want right there. Bingo. Okay. Well, that's pretty darn good. Alright. You know, we'll go with that. We'll stick with that for now, and then we can always keep fixing it. No, we don't want the debris. We want the actual ship itself. Alright, stop showing me debris. Here we go. Alright. So we'll get this thing in here a little further, and that's super close now. So we'll warp on in there. I just love that we can look at what the encounter is going to be by looking at Moho. That's so cool. So here we are speeding up on it just a little bit. Now again, hopefully we don't have to spend so much fuel slowing down. That would be upsetting, to say the least. We are coming in quite fast, though. Yeah, there it is. Alright. So that's us, basically. Let's see if we can just fix this anymore. Of course, it's hard to see. Actually, I kind of like where that's going right now. We'll keep it like that. So basically, all we have to do is pop a maneuver node here. Let's see how long it's going to take to slow down. A lot. Not quite as much as the first one, but a lot. Okay. So we're going to spend 3,600, 876. We left about 6,000 meters per second, maybe 5,000 meters per second once we make these two orbits line up together. But, you know, it's not so bad. I think that's going to be alright. So let's go ahead and get this thing lined up. It says it's going to be a 20-minute burn. So, you know, that's better. It was a 30-minute burn on the way up. Now it's only a 20-minute burn. So in my mind, I have successfully done this a little better. I don't know if you could call that a success or not, but in my mind, I think that's pretty good. So let's get it down to about, oh, I don't know, 10 minutes to the node. Oh, God. And we'll start cooking it right now. Alright. And keep in mind, we have fuel in here too. We can dump back in there. But I think we're going to be okay. It's not going to be as bad as it seems. But, again, I think we'll leave this episode right in the middle of a long burn. It's funny, that's what we did in one of the first couple episodes. So we'll do it again here. I think it's only fitting. And in the next episode, we will get this rendezvous, hopefully, and we'll get this other ship refueled and ready to go back home. So join me then. Thanks for watching, guys.